Okay, it says find the slope-intercept form of the equations of the lines that pass through the point 1, -2 and are parallel to and perpendicular to the line 3x plus 2y equals 5. Remember, parallel lines have slopes that are the same, and perpendicular lines have slopes that are opposite reciprocals, which means we're going to change the sign and we're going to flip the fraction. Alright, now why do we need this equation here? Well, because that's what they're parallel and perpendicular to, so we need to know the slope of that line in order to find the slope of the other lines. So I'm going to go ahead and solve this one for y so I can find its slope. So I'm going to subtract the 3x. So 2y equals negative 3x plus 5. Divide everything by 2. And so y equals negative 3 over 2 plus, x plus 5 over 2. Alright, so the slope of this line here is negative 3 over 2. So I know the slope of the line parallel to it is also going to be 3 over 2, but the slope of the line that's perpendicular to it says we're going to do the opposite, which means change the sign, so negative is going to become positive, and reciprocal means flip the fraction, so it's going to be a 2/3. Alright, once I do that, I have no use for this anymore, okay? I'm not going to use any other information for it. I just needed to use it for the slope. So for A, when we're looking at a line that's parallel, well, now I know my slope, and they gave me this point here, so I can use that point slope form. So y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. And then remember, this is your x1, y1. Of course, your slope is your m. So let's plug it in. So let's see, y1 is negative 2. M is 3 over 2. X1 is 1. So I end up with y plus 2 equals 3/2 x minus 3/2. If you need to, you can change it to a decimal because it's a nice, neat decimal there. So I'm going to subtract the 2. And so we get y equals 3/2 x minus, what's that, 4/2, so 7/2. And there's the equation of my line. Okay, for the line that is perpendicular to it, I'm going to use the same point slope form, so y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. Same point, so y1 is still negative 2, m this time is 2/3, and x1 is still going to be 1. So I end up with y plus 2 equals, distribute your 2/3, so 2/3 x minus 2/3. Again, subtract the 2. So we get y equals, well this time I got my 2/3 x still, but if I'm working on this, if you have a calculator you can just plug it in, but I don't have one right here with me. So I'm going to find that common denominator. And so this is what, negative 12/6, oh wait, I can pick smaller numbers. I can actually keep this negative 2/3, and this one is negative 6/3, which gives me negative 8/3, so minus 8/3. So there's my other equation.